Hello, everyone. It's Mark Gillian again, and I want to welcome you to your new favorite song here on AIM Country Music Television. My guest today is one of my personal favorite artists, a true to his roots country singer, Alex Miller. He generated some buzz on American Idol in 2021. Alex has opened for Lee Brice, Brooks and Dunn, and Hank Jr. He's performed at state fairs all across Middle America. Alex regularly co-writes with some of the most well-known songwriters in the business. It's obvious that he takes his craft seriously. I believe he may be throwing his hat in the ring for the title of hardest working man in show business. Alex is here today to talk about the video for his new release, She Makes Dirt Look Good. So let's get him in here right now to talk about what might just be your new favorite song. And Alex Miller, welcome to the show.
Hey, Mark, good to see you again. Hope you've been doing good.
Been doing great. We're really glad to have you. It's an honor to get you on here. We've had you before. How have you been doing since our last visit? It's been a little while. I saw you actually made your debut at the Grand Ole Opry, so you got to feel pretty good right now.
Yeah, I'm feeling really good. The Opry was something I never even dreamed I'd ever get to do. Luke Bryan was supposed to get me on the Opry, but Eddie Montgomery of Montgomery Gentry is the one that got me on the Opry. Eddie, they came to my house. My parents, we've known them for a long time, Eddie. And so Eddie, we was talking about the Opry when they texted back and forth, and he said, "What do you got going on, so and so?" And I said, "I don't know." He said, "Okay." And I thought he was trying to book me like for an opening act somewhere or something like that. But he showed up at my house and said, "What do you got going on June the 27th?" I said, "Well, I don't know what you got, Eddie." He said, "Well," I said, "You're gonna make your Grand Ole Opry debut." I said, "Okay."
Yeah,
Sounds good to me. I said, "I'll be there." And it was awesome. I mean, I'm so thankful for the Opry, and it was just like I stepped into home or something. It was just
Oh yeah,
great.
yeah, definitely the center of your world, isn't it?
Absolutely, it is.
Well, I saw the video where Eddie came to your house there, and at first I thought it was staged, and as it went on, I realized that this was your first experience with this.
I had no idea that was coming, and I'm sure it looked staged, but it was absolutely not. And there's a lot of things like even whenever I was on the Idol, people always thought that whenever Luke got up and sang with me that we rehearsed that, but I had no idea that was coming either. So I'm pretty good on my feet, doggone it.
Yeah, you are for sure. Well, it's a little bit hard for me to believe that we have anybody watching that wouldn't be aware of you, but just to be sure, why don't you give us a minute or two of the official bio so everybody
Sure.
knows what they're dealing with.
The official. I got you. So my name is Alex Miller. I'm from Lancaster, Kentucky, and I love country music. I sing country music. I live, eat, breathe country music, and it's what I get to do every day. I was on American Idol a couple years ago, like we just talked about, just debuted on the Grand Ole Opry, and have music out, and people are listening to it, and I'm very thankful for it.
It's a pretty good life.
It is. I wouldn't want it any other way. It's a lot of hills and a lot of valleys, but the valleys make the hills worth the climb.
There you go. I think most people could rattle off some of your influences for you just listening to a few of your songs, but let's hear it from you. Who is maybe your top two influences on you and your music?
I would definitely say Merle Haggard and probably Hank Williams. I love their writing. I love their vocal styles, and that was kind of the two that I grew up with. But I'm really listening to a lot of 90s country. I'm good friends with like Tracy Byrd and, like I said, Eddie Montgomery. So a lot of their music, I've been listening to a lot of it. And I think you can hear a lot of their kind of influences in my music as well.
Right. Well, I saw that you had opened for Hank Jr. Did you get a chance to be kind of fanboy with him about Hank when you were doing that opening?
Yes, there's a lot of stories I can tell, and there's a lot that I can't about that night I got to open for Hank Jr. But it was awesome. I mean, he was so gracious and nice to me. As nice as I think he could have been. I mean, he invited me up on his bus. I got to go up and meet him, and I think he had just went and bought a pistol or something. So he was showing me his pistol he just bought. But he was just a really nice guy, and I remember him telling me a lot of stories. I will tell you a funny story. My name is Miller, last name's Miller, and so he thought I was a descendant of Roger Miller, the great king of the road country. So he thought I was a descendant, and my dad's name actually is Roger Miller. So I just went with it, and I wasn't going to tell him he was wrong or anything, but he was really nice and really, I thought, really upstanding. And he gave me some really solid advice that I'll give your listeners out there. He said, never take criticism from someone you wouldn't take advice from. He said, that's the number one advice I'll give you. And I'm like, well, I mean, that's some really wise words. And I was not expecting it from Hank Jr., but I'm glad I got it from him.
That's awesome. Well, he does seem like quite a character for sure.
Absolutely.
Well, American Idol was just in 2021. The first album, Miller Time, 2022. You released some of my favorites on EP Country in 2023. That
Yeah,
includes When God Made the South, which you and I took covered last time.
that's right.
Girl, I Know a Guy, and Putting Up Hay.
Mhm.
Putting Up Hay looked like it really got some traction.
Yeah.
We're here today talking about new music. From the outside, it looks like your career is just moving along at an amazing clip. How does that feel from the inside? Are you too close and too busy to see it, or do you wake up and pinch yourself in the mornings?
I probably am too close to see it because as any human being, we always want more. You don't think like you've done enough. Um, I think that I'm moving at a great pace. It's not been too chaotic that I haven't been able to keep up with it. I would like to kind of like maybe get a little better on the streaming side of things, and that's my goal next year is to work on that really hard to try to boost that and build that up a little bit more. I think I'm 21. So I mean, I'm still pretty new at this, and I feel like I'm moving along at a pretty good pace, and I've had a lot of good breaks, and I've took advantage of them. I think so. But no, I have to pinch myself too. Like the Opry debut and being on Idol and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's just stuff that a lot of people just dream of, and I realize that, and I know I'm very grateful and thankful for the opportunities that I've been given for sure.
All right. Well, that's awesome. I mean, at your age, it's definitely the thing where you just want to be, the next big thing right now. You don't really want to wait at all. But I mean, you got 40, 50, 60-year career out ahead of you if you want to do it.
Exactly.
It's out there for you.
Exactly. And it's people the worst thing a person can do is wait. I'm horrible about it. And it's as some people have told me it's just not my time to really hit it off big yet. So I said, okay, I like that. I like that mindset.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, and you got the live performance thing down really good too. I mean, that is something that nobody can take away. You're out at regular concert things. You're
Mhm.
doing the state fairs all summer long. You're in
Yeah.
clubs. I mean, you're definitely on the live performance front. So if you can get the streaming matching up to that, you're gonna have it made.
Well, I think so too. We just, in fact, that's what I'm traveling right now. I was down this is a buddy's house I've got here. He's got some cool posters on the wall. But anyways, we just were in Louisville, Kentucky, up here playing some shows, and then we were just in Tulsa, and I haven't got to go down in that part of the country and play a lot of shows, but my God, I want to go back so bad. I loved it down there. I love playing those shows. I mean, they were just dancing and people were having a good time. And I need to get down to Oklahoma and Texas a little bit more. I'm going to stick my booking agent on it, that's for sure. But
Yeah, that's the best.
they are. I mean, I was just like, oh my God, people out there dancing, they singing along with the songs. It's like you people know how to have fun down there. So, anyways, I do enjoy touring and traveling, and it's nice to go play a lot of different places. I've been so fortunate to be able to open for the folks that I've got to. In fact, like a couple of years ago, got to open for Brooks and Dunn too. They had a good night last night to CMA. So uh, it's cool to see all these people. I'm like, oh, I know them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's turned out pretty good for you, I think.
ain't hurting, that's for sure.
That's all right. Well, you've written quite a few songs yourself, but you also record songs by other writers. How do you determine, what makes the cut when you pick songs, especially from other writers? Do they seek you out, or do you find them on your own?
We put the word out whenever we're looking for material. And I know a lot of artists do that too. If you're looking for certain kinds of songs, and for instance, the song that came to us was "She Makes Dirt Look Good." That was a song that was pitched to us, and when I heard it, I didn't really know what to think of it. I was like, "Well, that really ain't my style." But Jerry, my producer, he said, "I think we can make that fit you pretty good." And I said, "Well, I like the subject matter in it." I said, "I think that because I grew up a farm boy, I grew up working cows and doing that kind of thing, and that fits right into that vein as far as what the song material is about." So I thought, well, yeah, I mean that does fit my personality pretty good. That's a nice little one liner kind of thing. So I think I think it was a perfect song for me. So yeah, we definitely take outside pitches, and we're always open to that. But I do like writing my own songs too. I think as far as my singing and my heart, I think I put more of that into songs that I write. But I think any artist would say that.
Yeah. Jerry, that's Jerry Salley, the guy that's
Yes,
he
yes,
co-writes
yes,
with you some too, right?
yes, he does. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, he did a good job here. We're here today to talk about your song, She Makes Dirt Look Good. A great example of a song that was written by others that you really
yeah.
brought it to life. And I mean, the way it came out, it sounds like it was written for or by you. Tell us a little bit about it before we play it. It's got that, it definitely has that country boy and,
Yes.
girl kind of tone to it.
Well, when I heard it, and if you go back and listen to it, I hear Eddie Montgomery singing it. We talking about Eddie. And so whenever I started hearing the song, it's like, that's a song. Is that an Eddie Montgomery singing on there? When I first heard the demo, and so I said, well, I can't, but going back, I mean, it just sounded like something from my area. It sounded like something that represented the people that I was around, because here in central Kentucky, where I'm from, I mean, we're a very humorous bunch. I don't know how else to describe it, but we have a lot of fun with words, and I think that's why I got into songwriting so well, is because we have a funny way of looking at words sometimes, and the way things go together. But the song, that's how it hit me too, and it reminded me of the farmers. I grew up, like I said, farming. I grew up around all those people, and there really is girls out there that get on four-wheelers and ride around and have a good time, and that's just it's what we do up here. So, and I know it's not just in Kentucky. I know that's people all over. So I thought it had mass appeal. The song did, and that's what I liked about it. I mean, it fit a lot of different boxes for me. A good-looking girl song, a four-wheeling song, and a country song. I mean, you really can't ask for much more out of a tune.
You can't miss.
I didn't think so.
Well, I'm ready to play this thing. How about you?
Let's go for
it. Fantastic. You're watching Alex Miller's video for She Makes Dirt Look Good here on AIM Country Music Television.
Nothing, a blue-collar country bumpkin, grease stains on my shirt, holes in my jeans. Just a face in the crowd, never did stand out till my baby came along and stood by me. She's that shiny coat of paint that covers up the things I ain't. Me, I'm just a piece of old driftwood. But she makes dirt look good. It's the strangest thing. She makes a tractor ride like a Cadillac, and homemade wine tastes like champagne. She's so hot, she makes me look cool. And every time I'm with her, my chest gets a little bigger. I look a whole lot taller, and my shoulders, they get broader. She makes this old farm feel like Hollywood. She makes dirt look good. Sitting on a bale of straw, undershirt and overalls, she'll make you think that barn's a penthouse suite. She can take a John Deere hat, hang her blonde hair out the back, and make the strongest man drop everything. And it turns me on to see her kickstart that old four-wheeler, bust through the mud and take off through the woods. She makes dirt look good. It's the strangest thing. She makes a tractor ride like a Cadillac, and homemade wine tastes like champagne. She's so hot, she makes me look cool. And every time I'm with her, my chest gets a little bigger. I look a whole lot taller, and my shoulders, they get broader. She makes this old farm feel like Hollywood. She makes dirt look good. Dirt look good. It's the strangest thing. She makes a tractor ride like a Cadillac, and homemade wine wine tastes like champagne. She's so hot, she makes me look cool. And every time I'm with her, my chest gets a little bigger. I look a whole lot taller, and my shoulders, they get broader. She makes this old farm feel like Hollywood. She makes dirt look good. She makes dirt look good.
Well, there's a lot of great locations, great camera work, and great acting going on here. Take a couple of minutes to tell us about the team that helped you put this together. It looked like that was an absolute ton of fun.
It was, and I'm going to be honest with you. I wasn't really as involved with the whole process because we filmed this video in 2 days. We had 2 days to film it. It was in between runs. We had a Minnesota run. We was running to Minnesota, Illinois. I come back home. I did this video, and then we went on like a 2-week out west thing. We went out a week for 2. So I was wearing the same clothes for about 3 days out there out west because I didn't have time to get anything clean. But so this video, how it came together is I wanted to do something. I wanted to do something that represented farming, and I wanted to get as many people locally involved in this as I could. So that's why with this video, we partnered with Wright Implement, who's a John Deere dealership, a big time dealership up here in Kentucky and Indiana and several other states, like in Missouri, some too. So we partnered with them because we wanted to do something that represented ag as best we could, and also partnered with a great song. And so Steve Kenny is the director on this. He's directed all my music videos up to this point. I think he's a genius as far as his camera work and his videographer work. And so we worked with him, with the Barn Door video and with the South video. And My Daddy's Dad, that's been my most successful music video so far, is the one for that. But with this one, I told him, I said, we want to do this and just get tractors, grain bins. And so I called my uncle. My uncle, he just got elected. He's the state representative now over in Western Kentucky. And I called him up and I said, hey, can I use your farm for a music video? Of course, he was all about that. He was all, yeah, we're up for that. And so we got this all set up and all worked out, and it just came together beautifully. Sometimes I'll do that and it just poof and explodes. But this time it came together great. And he had the whole thing already mapped out. And then Ayla, our actress, I mean, she was beautiful. She did such a great job in the video too. And it just turned out I couldn't ask for a better video in the amount of time that we had to film it in, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, it came out very natural, very believable. I just think it's a great video.
I think it is too. I'll tell you some funny things on it. So there's a couple scenes where we had to like climb up on that grain bin out there. I'm sure you've seen that. That was a little challenging. I didn't mind doing it. I've done it before, but I had never done it pulling the guitar behind me either. So I was up there on that grain bin pulling that guitar and trying not to fall off. It was great. I don't think OSHA would have approved of any of that, but anyways, we did it and it turned out really good. I think it's my best visually. It's our best video yet for sure. And
Congratulations! It's definitely a watchable one.
It is, yeah. And with our actress in there, if you don't like looking at me, at least like looking at her. Is my philosophy.
Well, it's one of those things where it seems like there's at least some chemistry, so that it seemed like it could be somebody instead of an actress, and that's what you want at the end of the day. You want it to be
absolutely. And she did such a great job. I definitely want to try to maybe use her in some stuff again. She was fantastic.
You didn't do so bad yourself.
Well, I'm not really. I would never say I'm an actor at all, but I was a Christmas tree in our school play back in the day, so I have some acting experience.
It's like your first recordings. When you first hear yourself on a recording, it's unacceptable. That's not what
it is. Yeah,
when you see yourself on film, it's the same way. You see yourself on film, and you're like, "Oh my, I look like that."
Exactly. They had to cake the makeup on me to make me look like something.
Well, I should be caking it on myself. I want to go back to something you mentioned, My Daddy's Dad, because that is one of my favorite memories is seeing that video of you singing it for your Nana.
Yes.
Where's the best place for people to go check that out? Because I'd like people to see that one. That's a neat little video where you're just playing her and she's checking it out.
the best place to go view that's over my YouTube. And that's Alex Miller Country or Alex Miller Music over there on YouTube. If you type in Alex Miller, I guarantee that stuff will pop up over there. But it's my favorite. I think it's my favorite because of how much I love my granddad and how much my granddad meant to me. He was just a hardworking man, and I don't know how else to really say that. And somebody I miss every day. But going back to singing it to my nanny, that was her husband, and she had heard the song, so I wanted to make that real special, singing it to her. And she every time I sing it around her, she cries on me. So it makes me kind of tear up a little too.
It's a neat moment for sure.
Yeah, yeah. And great video.
It is, yeah. It's one of those things that, again, back to that natural thing. It's real natural and comes across so well.
Yeah, it does. I think I love Steve. I think we're going to continue to work with him because every time I ask him to come up with something like that, he knocks out of the park. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
There you go. That's it. Well, I've loved catching up with you today. But now, before we wrap this up, tell us where to find you on stage, online, and where we can buy or listen to all of your music.
Well, absolutely. As far as my stage stuff, go check me out at Bands in Town. We keep up with all of our shows over there on Bands in Town. If you haven't seen our show, I mean, it's a blend of country, and we rock it up on some numbers. I mean, we do a little bit of everything for everybody, and I think as an artist, that's what you should do. Because if you start playing everything for yourself, then you're going to lose everybody else. So, anyways, that's where check me out over at Bands in Town. And also, make sure to follow me on Facebook, TikTok. For all you kids, follow me on TikTok. I do a lot of fun stuff over there. Instagram as well. I'm all three of them at Alex Miller Music. You can find me on all three of those. Also, and I'll tell you what I really need your help with. If you want to go listen to my music, go check me out on Spotify, iTunes. I'm on all the. I'm like the Martha White Flyer, buddy. I get all over. So make sure you go check me out on everything. We appreciate y'all so much. And Mark, been great talking to you and catching up today.
You're very welcome. Thanks for coming on the show, Alex. And you can come back anytime you'd like.
Sounds like a plan to me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Alex Miller. So what do you guys think? Is She Makes Dirt Look Good going to be your new favorite song?
It's the strangest thing.
This is Mark Gilliam for AIM Country Music Television. Thank you so much for watching.
She's so hot, she makes me look cool. And every time I'm with her, my chest gets a little bigger. I look a whole lot taller, and my shoulders, they get broader. She makes this old farm feel like Hollywood.